What's up, gang? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Yeah, today we're gonna be talking about some of the, oh man, this is my favorite fucking subject. I love, bro, you guys, of all the things I've ever talked about, this thing is the most fucking important to me, man. Like, look, this one, like, genuinely, it touches my heart, okay? So, let's say pretty much that there's a guy who's like a super genius, right? He's like a super genius, correct? And there are a bunch of people who are like jealous of that. They're all mad, right? And no matter what this guy does, he's always doing it better, even when it's not the way that they expect it to be. Even when it doesn't fall into their concept of thinking, it's still somehow better, right? And they're all like, what the fuck? What is going on? They want to feel better than this guy, right? What a better way to feel better than this guy is if he doesn't know something that you know. Right? Now I gotta keep track of this. See, a group of people all feel that if they know something that he doesn't know, then they've compensated for the value that is his genius constantly being aware of things that they don't know. And so they set a stage. One of them, once they have a planned formation, approaches him. Hey, I'm cute, I'm pretty, I'm innocent, huh? Hey, wow, I sense no conflicts here. Okay, let's be together, sure, all right. And then, whenever he's not paying attention, they all sneak cook. They all take turns fucking her, right? All right, they all take turns, right? And when he's not paying attention, right? And what this does is, we have done something that the guy who knows everything doesn't know. This feels so good. We did it. He's not God. He's not God. We did it. He's stupid. We proved that he's dumb. We did it, right? But here's the thing. At this point, because they've gotten away with it, because it was a planned formation, and this guy wouldn't think that people are capable of doing something like this, they all get too comfortable. They all get too confident. And now the value is added. How much can we make it obvious without them knowing anything? The more obvious they can make it, the more fun it is for them, because the more that they're doing something that the guy who knows everything doesn't know, and it's got the extra added value of actually humiliating him, which, by the way, every time this guy was better than them, it felt like they were being humiliated because of their little bitch-ass, little sissy fucking ego, whatever the fuck that shit is, right? And so, the two justifications, right? They keep going. And so eventually this guy starts going, hey, this is weird. Something's going on. I sense something. What is this? And every time he tries to ask, they all deny. It's impossible to get them all to admit what's going on. It's impossible. And they have a good formation. These guys can always watch him and keep track of him and make sure that they always alert the others before he ever gets close. All that shit, right? It's impossible. It's an impossible formation, right? So, this is what happens. They keep doing it. He notices. He says, what the fuck is going on? They say, nothing, man. You're crazy. And here's how it works. This guy would need help in this situation, right? Because he would have to think, why would other people do something like this, right? Why would other people do something like this? If he can't figure out why other people would do something like this, then he could not convince others that the accusation was reasonable enough to make, even if it was false, right? So the reason this works is because other people who wouldn't do this can't think of a reason why somebody would, because they themselves wouldn't. So because they can't think of a reason why someone would do it, to them, it's impossible to happen. It's kind of like this. The idea of someone planning somebody else's murder is impossible whenever you know everyone involved. Whenever you're living your life, the idea of someone actually having the intention to plan and kill another person when you know all the people involved is impossible to you. But it's still possible, is it? Okay. So, the whole point being, these guys thought that I was fucking stupid. And at this point, you even if you didn't do it, you wanted to convince me that you were doing it so that I would make the accusation, you can make me look crazy. And that, to me, is a higher level of warfare. It's a higher level of combat. Because what it means is that you were actively planning on making me an incredulous source so that people could never believe me, which meant that you had something planned for later on. That's what it means. It means you had something planned for later on so that you could do things to me and no one would ever listen to me. That's what you had planned. That's what you had planned. That's what you had planned. I was trying to do Trump there, but I couldn't. So, here's what's going on, right? You all underestimated my intelligence. You underestimated my ability. You underestimated, here's the thing, right? You guys have been making these kind of bets, right? You guys have been making these bets where you think that so long as what you're saying is true, then you can't fall, right? So long as you're saying something that is true or you're acting on something that is true, then you can't fall. And so your goal is to make you confusion. I don't know if you've been doing it. I do know if you've been doing it. And either way, because I'm not certain and you're certain of what you're doing, it makes it impossible for me to go forward without dealing with some form of consequence because it won't be exactly what I think it is, right? Here's the thing. If I can get an entire logical structure of what's going on and why it's happening, it doesn't matter if you've done it. It doesn't matter if you haven't done it, right? Because I'll push forward in the right direction. And if you have done it, you'll fucking suffer. And if you haven't done it, then this is all just a fucking one of those genius paranoid fucking, you know how it is. When you're the best, everybody wants to take a shot at the king. Don't send sheep to kill the wolf. You know all that shit, right? So, yeah, you guys are gonna die. And if you tried to make me think it was happening to drive me insane, you're still dying. I don't really care. Look, I can only cross the line so much before I actually start dealing with the consequences. But here, I think I've got free room to cross the line as far as I fucking want. That's how I feel about this. So yeah. So remember, super genius always knows more than them, is always better than them, knows something they don't know, and they always feel humiliated by how intelligent he is because they always lose the arguments they start with him. They all work together to create a cuck system in which they can say that they are doing something he doesn't know and that it is humiliating them. This compensates for how they feel towards the super genius. And then if the super genius tries to call it out, he looks like a crazy paranoid lunatic, which then breaks his credibility, which means that even if he's smart, nobody will listen to what he has to say because there's evidence of him being insane, right? So yeah, you're all gonna die. You're all gonna die. And here's the thing. I don't do this shit lightly. Like I don't always do this, and I hate fucking having like go to these extents. Look, all right. The worst thing about this is that whenever I'm in this state where I'm willing to kill everybody, it adds values to my character, values to my concept that change how things happen for me, right? It adds these little values, these little concepts. Why is it okay for you to do it? It doesn't matter why you're doing it. And it changes the way my character is perceived, right? I feel like without any problems, I'm a nice person. I'm a really decent guy. But because of what you guys have done, right? Now I've got to be this fucking lunatic. Now I've got to be this fucking asshole. And not only that, I can't just be crazy. I've got to fucking legitimately be terrifying so that y'all guys don't do shit like this to me. And so now I have to go around being fucking cute. I've got to be cute and I've got to be scary. You know what I'm saying? I got to be cute and I got to be scary. And that is a hard thing to pull off. That is a hard thing to pull off without it becoming uncanny. Okay? That is a really hard thing to pull off. And you know that's a hard thing to pull off. So, yeah. Love you guys. And here's the thing. I know you guys want to think that I can't do anything about this and that if you guys add more distance. But here's the thing. You guys are fucking stupid. Here's the thing. The more distance you add, right? We're talking about observer effect here, right? The more distance you add, the less that the physical additives that you're using to keep yourself alive are affecting me. Meaning, you want things to logically occur your way. I want things to logically occur my way. You do it, it's still happening anyway. Even though I'm right, you still do your thing. And so if I was seeing what you were physically adding, it would slow me down because I would have to find a way to get to you without it breaking. But because I'm at a further distance, my confidence is amplified. And you're in more danger because now you're not even around to resist or cause any insecurity by physically happening next to me. Now I've got complete room to just fucking keep going. And no matter what you think, you could be like, he still doesn't do this. That's what this is. This is life, okay? And you attack the guy not because he was a bad person, but because he was a super genius and because he was so kind that you thought that he would always have to be held to a higher standard than you. That's what you thought. You thought that he would always have to fucking hold himself to a higher ethical standard and therefore could not retaliate without being 100% right. Well, here's the fucking thing. Now I'm 100% right. Now I'm 100% right. You get what I'm saying? And you added distance thinking that if I'm not next to you, then I can't influence you. But all you did was make it easier for me to keep believing this shit without you physically disturbing it. You get what I'm saying? You guys want to talk about leaps of faith. You want to talk about who makes sense, who doesn't, what's real and what's not. You can't beat me in a single fucking argument. You have to avoid me. You have to hide. You have to sneak. You have to combine your brain with other brains in order to be able to have enough space of observation, and not even about winning the argument, just having enough eyes to see around me. And not even winning the argument, just being able to see here because I can only look this way at once. So that's all you guys are. You're just physically seeing more than what's happening, which you can't see the concept. I'm killing people. I'm killing people. This is the shit that makes monsters. This is the shit that makes genuine monsters. And you should be fucking grateful that I'm not just insane. You should be grateful that I'm still rational here. Okay? Because this shit could have spread a lot further than you. This could have been your fucking family. This could have been everyone you know. This could have been people that weren't involved. You're fucking lucky. Okay? That's all you need to understand. Be grateful. Be happy. All right? It's just you.